Hello, I'm Dave from Diecast Toys Plus, and we're going to talk about different scales, diecast car scales. I've got a bunch of different ones here. We'll start with the big one. That's a 1/12 scale, and it's nice because it's really featured. They're really detailed. You know, it's got a V8, and then it's got the carburetors on there, and it's got spark plugs on there, and it shows everything on the bigger scale cars. They're a lot nicer, you know, they have the doors that open, and they also have detailed interiors, and the trunk lid opens up on them too. It shows a spare tire in there. It's kind of nice. These are big, they're heavy, they got a lot of weight to them. And the bottom is all detailed with exhaust, and they also have steerable wheels in the front. You turn the steering wheel and they turn to the left and the right. Very nice, very nicely detailed, and they're big, they're heavy, and that's the biggest one that I'm aware of is the 1/12 scale. Then the next one we have is a 1/18 scale. This is probably the most, how would you say, the most popular. People really like the 1/18 scale. You know, it's not super bulky and big. It's got not too much weight to it, and it's detailed pretty good. It's got this one here. I don't think the hood opens on it though. Now this one, the hood doesn't open. Usually the hoods open up on them, and the doors open, and the trunk lid usually opens. But this one, I guess I grabbed one that didn't have hood and trunk lid opening. But anyway, it's still kind of nice. It's detailed on the inside, and I think it should have the front steering wheel. It turns the wheels. The wheels turn when you move the steering wheel, just like the 1/12 scale. And the bottoms are usually, this one's a little plain. It's not a big popular brand. It's only a road signature, so it's not as popular like as maybe an Ertl car or a Maestro or a American Muscle car. They're a little more detailed, and the hood and the trunk opens on those. I just grabbed this one. I thought it was a real nice car to use. But that's like a 1/18 scale there. And this one here is a 1/22 scale. You don't usually see too many 1/22 scales. I don't think that's very popular. I don't think they carry a whole lot of 1/22 scale cars. But the doors open on it. And this one too. This one has the right side steering wheel because it's a Rolls Royce. And the trunk lid opens on it. There's no spare tire though in it. It's just opening. And I'm pretty sure the hood opens on this one. Yeah. This one, the hood opens and it's got an engine sitting in there. It's not like the 1/12 or the 1/18. It's kind of just the top of the motor is kind of molded into the body. And it doesn't have like a separate motor that's put in there. And the bottom is just all basic, you know, it doesn't really have an exhaust that's separate. It's all just molded into the bottom. And that was a 1/22 scale. Next we have a 1/24 scale. They get smaller. It's the smaller the number, the bigger the vehicle, the higher the number, the smaller the size car. This one's a 1/25. This one, the hood does open, and it has an engine in there, or it shows like an engine, but you see there's no extras. It's just like one molded engine piece. It's not separate pieces put on there like a carburetor or exhaust or spark plug wires. The doors open also on this one, but the rear hatch doesn't open, and it's not as detailed. You know, as they go down the line they get less and less detailed, but that's because of the size. And the bottom is just all one whole thing, but it's all, you know, it shows what it would look like if it was real, and it's a nice one. Next I have a 1/34 scale. It's a little bit smaller, as they do. They get down, they're smaller. No hoods opening on them, no doors opening on this particular one, no trunk lid, nothing opens up on them. They're not as detailed on the inside. There's a little bit of detail in them, but not that much. And the bottom does show what it would look like, which is nice.
What brand is it?
This is This is an Eastwood car. It's from Eastwood. And it goes to, they all go together, the truck and the car, it's one whole set. And the bottom of the truck is kind of nicely, it's got the exhaust. It's a little bit more detailed on the bottom, being in a smaller scale. You know, it has its own exhaust on there and the dry shaft. Kind of shows a little more detail. You know, the car is a little different, but it does have a dry shaft that's separate from, it's not molded into the body, so it's kind of nice. And then we go to a 143 scale. They're getting smaller as the numbers get bigger. Nothing opens up on them. It does have a steering wheel inside there, and it does show like somewhat at the bottom how it would be. You know, no hood opening on it. But it's nice. It's still nice, you know, and they roll. It has mirrors also on it, which is, as they get smaller, you usually don't find too many with mirrors on them as the scale gets smaller, so that's kind of nice. And then next we have the 164, the kids type cars. You know, this is a Hot Wheels. And there is some Hot Wheels Matchbox cars that actually the hood and the doors do open on. You don't see too many anymore. Most of the stuff is all closed up, but they don't have any opening parts. Very, very, very few cars have opening parts anymore. The bottoms usually don't have anything really much. It's just kind of flat, just has names and numbers and stuff, you know, the name, where it was made and stuff on it. So they're a little different, you know, they get a little more plain. And then we have the mini micro cars. I'm not really, to tell you the truth, I don't know what scale that is exactly. But if the other one was 164, that's probably like 175, 179 maybe. Somewhere in there, 170 something. And it's just one whole molded body. And there's nothing really much to it. It's just a little tiny car for, you know, for kids to play with. It's small. So
it's cute.
You know, a little car. So these are, I think there's probably some more scales that I'm missing, but these are the ones that I have. And it kind of shows, you know, as you get bigger, they get more detailed, they get nicer, there's more things on them. And as they get smaller, they get less detailed. But they all roll. Everything rolls. The wheels all roll up on them. They all roll, which is nice.
Are there cars that don't roll?
Cars that most of them always roll, unless it's some really cheap brand maybe if it doesn't roll. Then in the bigger ones, you turn the steering wheels and the front tires turn on the bigger ones. So that's kind of a nice little feature. I don't know if this one turns. No, that one doesn't turn. So I'll just basically the bigger ones.
Quick question: do the bigger the cars are, the more detail they have, and the smaller the cars are, the less detail?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The bigger they are, the more detailed they become, and then as they go down, they get less and less detailed.
Which makes sense, actually.
It makes sense, yeah, because you also got to figure price. The smaller ones cost less, and as you get up in the bigger scale, they get more money. They cost more money because more detailed, they're more fragile, more things can break on them if you're not careful with them. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can hope you subscribe to my my YouTube channel, and you can also visit me on Diecast Toys Plus blog.com.
Diecasttoysplus.com.
blog. All right, thank you.